What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Now, I know the reason you guys are here is because I generally tend to give out news that you're not going to hear about in the mainstream, as a matter of fact, and that we have such an article today. Check this out, y'all. This is deranged right here. This is just truly deranged. We're going to expose these deranged lunatics on this episode right here of Logical Response. Whatever the hell you want to call it. I don't even know what the hell you want to call this. It's just me yelling at a camera, for goodness sakes, into a microphone, and then I post that online. Like, ridiculously, if the internet didn't exist, I would be one of those crazy lunatics on the corner screaming, "The end is nigh, you better repent," type of stuff, right? Like, because I'm in a room outside of my house in my backyard that I've created in a makeshift way to form a studio through a microphone in there and a camera, and I go out there and I yell at a camera. Like, it, when you think about it, you kind of take a step back, or, you know, zoom out to 30,000 feet or whatever. It's kind of weird. But, you know, hey, it is what it is, right? I'm making a video, I'm making content for YouTube. We're talking about news, we're talking about politics, and we're talking about all kinds of stuff. But check this out before I rant on forever. Colorado sheriff's deputy disciplined for helping immigration agents resigns, ending lawsuit. So, hang on just a second. So, that headline is all over the place, right? A Colorado sheriff's deputy apparently attempted or did assist immigration enforcement, and the Colorado State Attorney General sued this guy. So he quit, essentially. How insane. What has our country come to when a sheriff cannot help other law enforcement? Cannot assist, like, hey, this person over here is a criminal alien at this point. This is where they are. This is their license plate number. And an entire state sues this guy and forces him to resign. That is truly insane what this country has come to. These deranged leftist lunatics have gone completely off the rails with their sanctuary policies, y'all. Really is truly insane, you know. A Colorado sheriff's deputy who was disciplined for helping federal immigration agents make an arrest of a college student from Brazil has resigned. Alexander Zwinick, I guess that's how you pronounce that, Zwinick, no longer works for the Mesa County Sheriff's Office, Department spokesperson Heather Benjamin said Tuesday. Zwinick's departure prompted the state's attorney general to drop a lawsuit against him over accusations that the deputy illegally shared information with immigration agents. Right? These people are actively pursuing lawsuits against any police, any sort of law enforcement that talks to immigration and customs enforcement. That's absurd. You would figure, as a country, we should be kind of unified that, hey, look, we have these laws that must be enforced. And look, if this department needs to talk to this department, that should be fine. I mean, there are portals out there. There's these entire networks that allow for a local, like city PD, like Sulphur, Louisiana, their police department, where I'm at, to talk to, I don't know, LA County Sheriff's Department and say, hey, we've got this guy. He's from your area. Does he have any priors? Blah, 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 blah. And nobody bats a freaking eyelid at this. But hang on just a second. These states are so deranged that if this sheriff's officer or police officer just talks to an immigration and customs enforcement, they're going to be forced to resign and sued by the entire state, spending your tax dollars to waste money to stop law enforcement from enforcing laws. How insane is that, right? Like, I can frame this in any way I want to, but I frame it in that way because that's the closest to reality as to what it is. And you know, I don't have to add any hyperbole to this. None. That was zero hyperbole, right? And it still makes it truly insane. Blows my freaking mind. After Zwinick said in court filings that he planned to resign, a judge agreed to dismiss Attorney General Phil Weiser's lawsuits against Zwinnick on Thursday at the request of both Weiser and Zwinnick. Weiser sued to get a judge to order Zwinnick to follow a new state law after he was accused of helping immigration agents arrest the student in June. It bars local government employees, including law enforcement, from sharing identifying information about people with federal immigration officials. It's one of a series of laws limiting the state's involvement in immigration enforcement passed over the years that has drawn criticism and a lawsuit from the federal government. In a response to the lawsuit filed in court, Zwinnick denied intentionally violating the state law, which was signed by Colorado Governor Jared Polis. I guess that's how you pronounce it, or Poly, I don't know. About 2 weeks before he stopped the 19-year-old nursing student. Oh, you mean illegal immigrant, right? This person is an illegal immigrant. This person had a visa, had a student visa, and allowed it to expire and just said, screw it. I'm not going to go renew it. I'm just going to keep going to school. And then gets involved with the local sheriff's department. Got in trouble for something. Well, if you're going to go causing problems in this country, you deserve to be booted out of this country. The lawsuit alleged Zwinnick shared the woman's driver's license, vehicle registration, and insurance information in a signal chat used by members of a drug task force that included immigration authorities. Now that's going to be important for what we're going to talk about here in a little bit, when the corporate press is going to try to cover for the illegal immigrant, as a matter of fact. After federal immigration officers told him in the chat that the student did not have a criminal history but had an expired visa, Zwinnick allegedly provided them with their location and told her to wait with him in his patrol car for about 5 minutes, asking about her accent and where she was born. He let her go with a warning and gave federal agents a description of her vehicle and told them the direction she was headed so they could arrest her, the lawsuit said. I love that right there. And look, I'm sorry, but as you can see on the screen, the Independent, for some reason, frustratingly enough, put this little thing right there that says next article, makes it very hard to read. So I apologize for any screw-ups on that. But let's go back to this. Okay, so now the corporate press is trying to say, oh, but she didn't have a criminal history. Well, why the hell was she pulled over? Let her go with a warning. Hang on just a second. Then why was he sharing information with the drug task force? That's fascinating right there. Maybe she had some drugs on her. Why would this dude just up and do this? For no apparent reason? Violate state laws? Maybe he saw something a little bit above and beyond just giving her a warning, right? Sounds like he was making her wait for federal law enforcement to show up so they could arrest this person, right? We don't have any details, and I tried to go research into this, and the news article right here does not give out her name at all. So it was very hard to go and research this. I tried going through to the Mesa County Sheriff's database to find out if this person was arrested. I looked through arrest records. I spent about 20 minutes trying to find any sign of this person, right? But I don't know when this happened exactly, so it's kind of hard to look for this information. So I don't know what this person was pulled over for, blah, 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 why they let their visa expire, for crying out loud. Has this person been deported? You name it. I have no idea. During an internal investigation by the sheriff's office, Zwinnick said he didn't know about the new law and was not interested in immigration enforcement. Well, hang on, my dude. Come on, just a second. So, was it that you didn't intentionally violate this law? Or did you just not know about it? Because that's kind of contradictory stories right there, right? Because earlier in the article, or at least the Independent is saying that he didn't intend to violate this law. But hang on, now he's saying he doesn't know about it? Let's get some consistency here, my dude. The internal investigation found that Zwinnick had helped the immigration agents and that another task force member had also been sharing information with them, leading both deputies to be temporarily suspended without pay. 2 supervisors also were disciplined, and a 3rd supervisor received counseling as a result of the investigation. Counseling, huh? I think whoever is running the Mesa County Sheriff's Department needs some counseling. You need to be slapped back into reality is what you need to do, right? Whoever is in charge of making the laws in California, Jared Polis or Polly or whatever, right? What is wrong with you people? What exactly is wrong with you people? Why do you want criminals to just run amok in this country? That is what you want. This is the result of these policies, for crying out loud. The Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency as a whole is meant to keep us safe, is meant to go after these people that are not supposed to be in the country, right? That's what they're there for, because bad people come into the country. And because Joe Biden didn't vet millions of people that came into this country, ICE has a very tough job. And now you are making that job much harder because of your deranged ideology, for crying out loud, your religion, that you must be compassionate to people coming here for a better life. Well, dude, sure, some of those people, they come here for a better life, but you know who those people are? ICE is not going to go after those people, because those people, they got their visa. They got their green card. They came into the country through the proper channels. They went to a port of entry, or they went to an embassy in their home country and did all the paperwork, got everything, got their card, got it, whatever the paperwork they needed to come into the country legally. Those are the people that want to come here for a better life. Those are the people that melt into the pot and actually assimilate into our society, for crying out loud, and are some of the best members of our society, because they come from communist hellholes and third world hellholes, right? And they know what authoritarianism really is. And they laugh when these Democrats try to call Donald Trump an authoritarian. They laugh at that. They see all the warning signs of communism here and fascism over there coming from the left. Yeah, it's them that are the fascists. They don't want you to speak. They don't want you to defend yourself. They want to take your guns. This is why Joe Biden was in charge of silencing conservatives, for crying out loud. If you agree with the ideology, you're good to go. You've got your freedom of speech. But if you disagree with us ideologically, oh no, you can't speak. We don't like your ideas. They are dangerous, is what we were told. We are dangerous. Conservatives. People who are trying to conserve this nation because they see something in this country that made it great, and they want to keep that greatness. Bring it back, because we've lost some of that greatness. And these people want to destroy all of it. The lawsuit and disciplinary actions came as lawmakers in Colorado and other Democratic-led states have crafted legislation intended to push back against President Donald Trump's sweeping immigration crackdown. Trump has enlisted hundreds of state and local law enforcement agencies to help identify immigrants in the U.S. illegally and detain them for potential deportation. That is right. And what is wrong with that? That is a federal mandate, for crying out loud. We wrote those laws decades ago. Decades ago, they have been on the board. And you guys, as a matter of fact, did not tell the Obama administration anything when he deported 3.3 million illegals. We didn't have none of this. We didn't have Obama on an immigration crackdown in the corporate press. None of that. None of these federal lawsuits. No sanctuary state laws stopping police from talking to ICE. It's utterly ridiculousness, y'all. It's utter ridiculousness is what it is. And I don't see how these people can get in front of a camera and talk to the American public, to you out there, and try to defend their policies. Call Trump an authoritarian. Call Trump a fascist. These people are just here for a better life. Not all of them. I will agree that some of them are. Some of them, sure, they may not know about our customs and rules. I'll give you that one, okay? They may not know that. But they sure do quickly find out. And there are many, many pathways. This is why when the corporate press writes an article bashing the Trump administration for deporting a grandmother that's been here for 30 years, I laugh at you people trying to defend it, because that person that has been here for 30 years absolutely knows our laws and absolutely did nothing to try to abide by those laws. Spit in our face for 30 years. That's plenty of time to go get a green card, go get a visa, whatever it may be. Go get your citizenship, for crying out loud. That amount of time, they could have done their citizenship process 4 times over. 4 whole times over. And they chose not to. They chose to not even try to gain some sort of legal status. So I laugh at any of you people out there that try to defend these people's rights to stay in the country. Nobody has a right to come into this country illegally and try to stay and fly under the radar for decades. Nobody has that right. It is a privilege, just like your driver's license is. And I'm sick and tired of these people yelling and screaming about the deportation crackdown. Crackdown my foot. Like, get out of here with this nonsense. It's time for you Democrats to come back to reality. You guys have been lost in freaking La La Land for a decade at this point, if not longer. You guys have no leader. You have no message. Your polling numbers are off the freaking charts. Like, falling off the charts. Not high off the charts. Dropped really, really low. So you need to get it together and come back to where the majority of Americans are. Stop listening to the fringe far left and get back to some moderate policies here. Maybe you'll win some elections that way, for goodness sakes. But I think I've rambled on for long enough, y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think about all this. Whew, blows my mind. Every single day I read one of these news articles and I'm like, what is wrong with people? And what's even more fascinating is I'll get some of these nut jobs down in the comment section yelling at me saying that I am wrong. Like, what? I'm just reading the news, my dude, and putting together a little bit of logical consistency with my ideology, at least. Where's yours? They don't have any, folks, but y'all let me know what y'all think. Y'all don't forget to smash that like button for me. Subscribe if you're new around here. I'd love to have you on board. Share this video all over the place. And sign up. Become a member. That is the best way to help this channel grow and expand. So y'all do all that. And y'all remember that God is always with us. And He loves each and every one of you out there. So y'all remember that. And y'all try to have a good day. And stay legitical. Peace.